Alright, so this deck is a black-white Lifegain deck. It got top 8 in a challenge a few days ago, and I wanted to make a quick video with it. Thought it'd be fun. Kind of exhausted with all the other stuff. Maybe we'll just get bullied by combo decks. But yeah, let's get into it. So, pretty straightforward. We've got Essence Channeler, no Johnny's Pridemate. We've got Amalia in that slot. Pretty powerful multicolored card. Also trying a full playset of Lunar Convocation, which can help you draw cards, can make 1/1s, do all that nice stuff. Plays well with a lot of the things you have going on in the deck. Of course, we got Starting Town and Godless Shrine. These can deal damage to us, which can help enable some of our bat effects. Then we have the upgrade of Zora from the Spider-Man set to have extra turn 1 plays to set up the rest of our deck. We got Get Lost and Triumph to deal with permanents. Zoraline is just another solid multicolor payoff. And then the obvious inclusions of Enduring Innocence and Haliya. Surprisingly, there's no Voice of Victory in the main deck. That card just plays really well with these other two creatures. So I'll be interested to see if I think that this card ends up being better in that slot. But gonna record a quick video with this deck. Sideboard, we got Deep-Cavern Bats, ways to protect our creatures from sweepers, extra cheap removal, graveyard hate, and yeah, some sweepers in 0-point balance. So that is it for the list, and I will see you guys in the games. Alright, opponent goes first. It looks like we have a keep. Sphinx. Okay. I guess I actually should have played Starting Town. I mean, it's only if I decide I want to play 3 or 2 Haliyas next turn, but kind of minor. Okay, so my opponent is doing Sultai ramp stuff. I don't know if we can beat them down through it, but we could try. Okay, so that's fine. Order doesn't matter, right? You just want to draw the card here. Could just cast it outright. Could also just play 2 1-drops. I think I'd rather draw. Dagger 6. Let me make sure I know what this thing does. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, each one of these life. So that's probably always going to happen. Your end step, if you gained and life, lost life, you get a 1/1. Okay, great. So as long as we use our Starting Town for colored mana and put a creature into play, we should be good. Pass with 5. What the hell is that? I do not know what that means. I'm probably supposed to know, but I don't think I do. Is there a flash card? So they could have cast the Riddler. I guess we're just gonna get got by some weird flash card, and I'll be okay with it. We'll live and learn. Okay, I don't think I need it though. I see I'm getting swept. I really don't know what this is. Maybe it's just like cast meringue, whatever, draw cards because they feel like they need a sweeper. I can probably serve with this 1/1. I don't really think the game is going to go in a way where it matters. I can't figure out what this is, so. Alright, we're casting a removal spell. Take 3. Well, I'm happy I got you for 1, and then I'll make a 1/1. really know what my opponent's doing. I assume they're just playing like mid-range pile. Or they're just trying to make mana and... Not a surprising card for them to have in their deck. It is annoying because of how good it is against the case, but they didn't use it, of course. Okay, so how much mana do we have? We reset on 5. That's worth. Oh, I didn't complete it? I just assumed I had gained 5 life because I had so many triggers. I probably got to 4 a couple times and didn't actually succeed on 5. Okay, my bad. Well, shit. Oh, I could have taken damage and I didn't. Okay, well, we got God again. Alright. Should have a bat. And then that... Let me see what this says. Gain 5 or more life this turn. That would have been 3 and then 4, 5. So this should be solved again. That's so bad. Alright. Now I can only gain 1. That is truly unfortunate. Alright, let's go add... Wait, man. Oh, I don't have to, actually. It'd be 3. I can do it on the beginning of your instead. I could just main phase this, I guess. You know what? I would rather just cast the other one, right? Okay, so add white, black. Great, so now this is unlocked, we can cast everything. If they have another one of these, we get somewhat punished, I guess, but we have a diversity of things, so can't actually nab 2. Empty hand, Riddlers would draw 2. Oh, that's a new Riddler. Oh, shit. Okay. They don't have much blue mana, though. It looks like they don't have 2 islands in their deck, so it's kind of awkward to cast these. They're just racing, sure. I guess this never triggered, okay. They just didn't have the opportunity. So they can't cast this to blocker. Elspeth. Well, that's a good one. Okay, I don't get. Solve. You gain 5 more life this turn. Oh, this isn't a permanent thing? Okay, I guess I just didn't understand how cases work. To solve, you gain 5 more life this turn. If unsolved, solve at the beginning of your end step. Am I an idiot? I thought cases just got solved, and then they were permanently solved. Didn't this get up to 6? Whatever. Does my opponent have counterspell in their deck? Okay, sorry. I just want to look this up. Okay, are the other cases different? At the beginning of your end step. Okay, so because we were at my end step, not the beginning, I couldn't solve it. So I was getting all these triggers at the end. Okay, that's why. Got it. I'm dumb. Alright, what in the hell is my opponent playing? And how do I want to board? It's just like Sultai Pile. Do I want Deep-Cavern Bat against Sultai Pile? I think I want Interrupter, because it messes with Riddler. It's also good against 5 mana Wrath. Seam Rip seems poor. I guess I want the bats. I think I'm taking out my spot removal. I want all the things that draw cards. Definitely want Elspeth. Am I going to have a problem with just a 4/6? Am I supposed to respect a big Sphinx? I kind of don't want to, and I'm kind of not sure if I need to. Alright, we go here. Okay.
But I think I knew how cases worked. That was just an awkward spot where I just was assuming that I completed it. I didn't. We also could have won that game by a lot more if I remember to use the starting towns, but that's fine. Sure. That's fine. I would like that. Okay, there you go. I'd like to have one drop in my deck. Problem solved. I think I can just jam the bat. Channeler obviously gets bigger, but this does get bigger at a similar rate. Okay, so you're gonna have an annoying sweeper, but I can kind of play around it. I guess they just get to play it next turn. That's fine. Bad again. I guess I'm retaking the betrayal. Amalia. Well. Not gifting a card. They get to yoink something, but my hand is pretty Thoughtseize proof. I have a bunch of the same shit. Amalia, I guess, is more appealing to me because I do want lands. Think of the other thing. Untap land. Ooh, okay, that's a good draw for them. A lot of value. Drew myself a land. Do I just want to cast Amalia? Anyway, I think I'll just Haliya. Because I can just find like an untap land and a 2-mana card. I can find a 1-mana card. And if not, I guess I'll just play the Innocence. I can still just cast the Amalia. The Amalia can just find an untap land too. I have a lot of lands that come to play tapped with this deck, but... You get to clean up my board, sure. Keep working at it. Graveyard's gone. I don't really have that many graveyard effects, though, so... Did beat the Sphinx, though. Alright, awkward for the curve, but I think this is worth... I would like to just get lands since I have all these Innocents. So, I just want lands. So we draw untap land, and we remember to use the starting town. We can go Innocence, Invocation into make bat draw. And that's, yeah, that's not close. You have many cards. White, white. Game 2, hopefully hit an untap land. No. God damn it. That's not ideal. No. Might get buried here. We'll see. I mean, these convocations do seem pretty damn good against their deck, but they're just going to sweep the board and start blowing up my permanents. It'd be a weird spot where you kind of just don't, like maybe you don't play 4 courtyards in your deck because you really want the pain land from starting town, and just 8 tap lands is awkward. But sure, okay. Yep. Okay, so that gives me a way to gain life. I already had the Innocence, but I had to suicide it, which maybe is worth anyway, but let's go add a white 3. Come out. Trigger's going. Do I want another Amalia? I can just trade this one, I guess. Gonna go lifelink Death Touch here.
Not even sure what I'm looking for here. Having some number of Raise the Past does seem kind of nice. Just like something to play towards for spots like this. Guess we're just keeping it. Yeah, there should probably be like one copy in this deck, right? At this point, what am I even looking for? I don't actually know. Just bats. Bats and lands that do stuff. When I say I need to stop calling bats because I'm looking for the Ajani's Private. And there's Deep-Cavern Bat, and then there's that bat. I think those will be like two bats. I guess this is the Raise the Past, right? If we get to that point. Quite the good magic card. Very strong. It would appear that they enjoy printing strong cards in the card game. Uh-huh. So I can triple block the 8/4, which I'll happily do. That's a good draw. Let's get this out of the way first. Ding. -1. Plus more. It's +3. So the Innocence should complete the cases. Could top this. I just keep finding every Amalia. Is that every Amalia? Yeah, I found 4 before I found the bat. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Do I want this, though? Because I have the cases. What are the odds they can blow up my cases? If they draw a Blast Zone, that would suck. I think I'm going to load my graveyard and just try to play everything out. No attacks. So many triggers, holy moly. Uh-huh. Oh, this doesn't have the new land in it either, I'm now realizing. I don't even... Oh, give me that. I don't even know if it plays new cards, but it could easily have the land that just, like, the land that just puts 1/1 counters on your things, even with a low amount of basics. That card is probably worth playing as a tap land. I think the card we're looking for is just more cases, basically. Okay, get out of my face, get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out. Enough cards yet? God, how many do I have to discard? Oh, did I blow it? The number. Sucks. Get arena. This looks like it might be a Wrath effect. Sort of confidence in the attack. Save myself 4 life, I guess. If they're not Wrathing, I will be surprised. Yep. What are they going to go after? They can clear all of 1 card from my graveyard. I guess probably the Pride Maid means I've got to reestablish with the Amalia, but maybe Elspeth is just good enough. Can I make 1/1s though? I also might deck out. Huh, didn't think about that one. This does kind of function as the land too, right? Where like you can just play it and try to kill your opponent. I don't think, as long as I just stop milling myself, I probably won't deck out. But they might have counterspell for Elspeth, which would be annoying. Just 3. could just nab the Innocence, but... So, 5-2... I guess my turn could also just be Elspeth. This. What do we get rid of? Okay. Sure. I go. Or rather Deep-Cavern Bat. Yeah, I don't need +2 bats. Might as well do this. The End Scavenger Agent. Oh, that was dumb. I'm not smart. That's fine. Well, that didn't make any sense. I guess it ties up all their mana. It's gonna be... My bad. Alright, so I'm losing the Elspeth, and then we go back to the case plan. But they can also just do it for 1 and then kill the Elspeth and then save the End, which is kind of annoying, but not really, because it's just a spot removal spell. So what was it? So like, they keep the End... They go after the bat, they sweep, I keep the Elspeth. Yeah, I played that badly. It's possible they could just clear the Elspeth anyway. Or... No, I don't think so. Whatever. They're gonna Esper Origins and not the... Or no, so the Esper Origins clear Elspeth. I play the board. They're probably just looking for a sweeper, because they know my board is gonna be nasty. And then we can Deep-Cavern Bat them. Yeah, okay. Again, more sloppy play, my bad. Playing Lifegain might not matter, but I am not doing things the best way. Shock. It's 3? Oh shit, a stock up. That's really annoying, because that means that they're going to find a Wrath. They decided that blue card draw is just the future of Magic, because instead of upgrading Divination to like Scry 2, we're just gonna get stock up. We're gonna get Quantum Riddler, which means they're always gonna have the things they need. Which is bad for me. Alright, you're gone. What's the order? Stat stack. How many colorless cards? I probably have 2. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The life gainers always go first. 8 is 2, just all 2s. 2, 2, 2 is 6. One more 2. Yeah, so that means it's... No. I took a point for no reason, but it's fine because I have billions and millions of life. I think my opponent's plan is to deck me, which will probably work. But we can... We get to... I mean, if they just have the end, so it doesn't matter if I nab Sweeper. Of course they have it. Unlucky. Have to do this again next turn. And and then they're gonna de-end me, so I'm gonna shuffle. I'm not gonna have case, but I have this case. And then they get to clear all the essence channelers, which means I probably don't get threats. It's a lot of clicking that I think will probably result in me conceding to decking. But yeah, can I auto yield? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Go to Deep-Cavern Bat batted first for information. Deadly cover. Yep. 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 So I guess I would call this Sultai Control then, which is probably not a very good matchup. There's like no duresses in the board either, right? They're put in. How do I look at my side deck? Here? Put these in. That was a mistake by me. We expected a bunch of cover-ups. They'll probably be the difference maker for the next game. I'm assuming we're dead, but maybe we can win. I think with the way their deck's constructed, they just have access to whatever they want all the time, but maybe they brick for a turn cycle and we just get the board. They're at 11. I'm gonna lose this land. I have 11 cards. Maybe they should have just attacked me with it. Could have countered though. Okay, my turn. You are fine to play. You're getting sacked. Let's go. Maybe be lazy with this. Whatever. I don't think it really matters. I think they have to sweep the board. I didn't tap the Fountainport, which might get me, but... Card doesn't really do much. Do I have to call this card to even cast? I can cast Haliya. I feel. Yeah, I guess I did this. Again. Don't think it matters. One issue is just the pressure I have. I don't actually have real pressure. Because yeah, topping this doesn't really do anything. But I don't have an Elspeth to get, and I don't have that stupid land in my deck. I really wish I had that land that put 1/1. The white land that puts 1/1 counters on everything. Because they would just be dead if they didn't sweep me here, right? Whereas now that's probably not actually the case. This is going to be 6, 7 damage. Holy button clicking. There's got to be something I can do, right? Is there really no better way? Spacebar. Ah! Oh, I'm getting this discarded. I didn't think about the fact that I was drawing. Thought about the stats on the board. Yep. 8. Oh, there's 2. I didn't see the second one. Alright. Let us go again. Give me these. Give me these. This is stupid. Everything's stupid. My opponent's playing mono do nothing and wraths. I'm playing shitty Lifegain. Devious cover up is a, or deadly cover, whatever it's called, is a horrible design. I don't know why they thought putting a fucking cranial extraction on a Wrath of God would be super cool for Magic, but let's counter it with our stupid Spider-Man card. What else do I not want? Yeah, maybe I do just take out an Amalia. We kind of low rolled. If we just found Essence Channelers, I think that game would have been free as fuck. But we just drew 4 Amalias before we found one of these. Everything else seems decent, but I have to keep in mind the deck is just do nothing plus Wrath of God. So how do I want to function against that? We just take out the Zora. Would love like 2 Duresses. I feel like if I had like 2 Duresses in my board, I would be a lot more confident. Hand is mid, but I'll keep. Okay, sorry. Boom. I have a rabbit. On the top deck, a Essence guy. Bat thing. Don't stab it. Good draw. It's not, like, particularly impressive to get the free... Okay, well, now we have 3 of these. The free card doesn't feel free anymore, but maybe they'll all die. These don't get cleared, I get to draw again. Alright, cool. Again, it's not that exciting, because my hand's all legends, but... maybe they will die, and maybe I won't get V-ended, or deadly suited, or whatever cranial extraction effect my extremely fun opponent chooses to play. Yeah. If I'm not doing beatdowns, that card is not very beatable. Probably have lost. But maybe we draw some good cards at some point. Well, the do-nothings continue. The Riddlers are a lot worse when your hand looks like that. But this Revenant is going to do a decent job of holding me back. Okay, this card does stuff, but eventually they're going to find an answer to this. And then... doesn't do that much unless we draw Fountainport. Yep. Ooh, that's a good draw. Go. This. Can't gain the life. We are going to cast this. Auto pay. Land. Warp. Yes. Auto pay. Keep you. You're dead. Game life. So I could flip this if I wanted to have it now, but chill out. Yeah, this is getting, it's kind of a bait because it's getting to 7, but it's past the point in which it can actually do that. Oh, sweeper. Attack's fine either way. It's a lifelinker. Probably just a good attack. Yep. I'm drawing that. Didn't take damage. I can just shock with the bat. And then I have Interrupter. The alternative play would be to cast the Innocence, get the Interrupter, give them one shot. I think I prefer this. Because even if they cover up me, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, just having that stupid land that puts 1/1 counters on everything would solve a lot. I think the person playing this deck was probably just playing an old deck they had and just like randomly top 8'd a challenge. Which is cool. I believe this deck was when the Avatar cards came out. Alright, so that's not a Wrath, which is good news for me. Still don't have great attacks. I guess I'm just trading Amalia, but if I get to set up a big enough board and have an Interrupter, it might just be good enough to get it done. God. That's 4 Quantum Riddlers. You've really done it. You've really cast Think Twice. These are less impressive. Like, one of the issues with playing 4 Quantum Riddlers is when you draw a bunch of, like, you don't want to draw them at the same time, because then they block each other. Like, you just have 2 lands, 2 Riddlers, you never get the +2. So that can be annoying, and that's obviously what's happening here. A stupid little rabbit, come out, play. In our life, so 3, 2. You're not completed, right? Or are you? You're solved. Alright, I think we just graveyard everything. Honestly, just maybe cast it. Yeah, we can cast both of these. That maybe gets things done. This is 1 mana, right? Creatures you control gain hexproof and indestructible. Okay, well that's probably why the 1 Elspeth is in there. Alright, this is my board. You can't Wrath me. I guess they can Scavenger Regent, but then I have the biggest Amalia ever. And I still have Elspeth. Oh, this card has text. Mother of God. Wait a second. Were they not supposed to concede? I forgot this card had text. Oh, it's not Summoning Sick. I won. Okay. I was worried it was Summoning Sick, and I lost. I was not even played for that ability. Oh, that's so funny. Destroy all creatures if its power is exactly 20. Okay, well this, obviously I am aware of because of the Amalia combo in Pioneer, but I've never done this the fair way in my life. So they were dead, and I just didn't realize it. I'm sure there's like 2 people that were watching that are like, oh wow, you've got the kill. So the other thing I could have done, right? This says destroy. Yeah, I actually could have just saved my board too, for whatever that's worth. So, well, I played badly, but hopefully, if you watch this, you enjoyed it. So, there's that. And also, maybe you learned some things, because, well, remember your Amalia does stuff. Maybe you get in a spot where you can indestructible your board, and save them all while blowing up your opponent's things with Amalia. But that is going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this silly Lifegain deck. Like I said, make sure to consider putting the new Air Temple in this deck. It's very good at going wide. Yes, it's 2 colors, but like I think you should play at least 1 just because of how many things you get to see with Amalia. I get why the Elspeth is there. Elspeth jumps everything. You can just leave the Elspeth. But I think it's just a card you're going to want to draw naturally in some of your games, even if you don't have a high basic count. So I would consider adding that card. But otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.